Number 19 on the PERT practice, we have another literal equation, m equals 6k minus 3p. And basically what we want to do is solve for k. Literal equation means it has more than two variables in it. So if I'm solving for k, what I want to do is isolate that variable k, so I'm going to hide it and do the opposite or inverse operation of minus 3p. So the opposite of minus 3p is to add 3p. And if I add 3p on one side, well, I have to add 3p to the other side. This leaves me in a little bit of a conundrum because I really can't combine m and 3p. So this is just going to give me m plus 3p equals 6k. Don't forget, we're asked to solve for k, so the opposite of multiplying by 6 is divide by 6. Now I have to divide both sides by 6, and basically that's it, because the 6's will simplify, and that gives me m plus 3p over 6. Let's see if that lines up with any of our choices. No, it can't be A. Let me see here. M plus 3p over 6 equals k. It's choice B from the PERT practice. Number 20 on the PERT practice is a simplify problem. And this here is basically you have to know your properties or laws of exponents. And the deal is I have this whole quantity squared. What that means is I'm technically going to do negative 2x to the fourth y times negative 2x to the fourth y. So what's negative 2 times negative 2? Well, that's going to give me a positive 4. And then what's x to the fourth times x to the fourth? Well, when I multiply like bases, you then have to add the exponent. So that's going to give me x to the 8th. And then what's y times y? Well, y times y, that's going to be y squared. All I did was evaluate or simplify that first quantity. I now have to evaluate this back quantity. So that's xy cubed to the fourth power. X times x times x times x. Well, that's x to the fourth. Y to the third times y to the third times y to the third times y to the third. That's going to give me y to the 6, 9, 12. Y to the 12th. So in other words, when you raise a power to a power, you don't add, you multiply. I still have to combine or multiply these like bases out to finish the problem. So the 4 I'm done with, but x to the 8th times x to the 4th, that's going to give me x to the 12th. Because when I multiply like bases, you add the exponents. Now y squared times y to the 12th, I add exponents, that's going to give me y to the 14th. And that's it. That's the simplified version of the original expression. Let's see if that lines up with any of our answers. Notice the PERT multiple choice section, they really like to give you problems that are similar to the answer. And they're trying to test your ability on positive and negatives. Because that's a positive, it can't be choice A. It can't be choice B because that's x to the 9th. So I believe it's choice D. Choice D on the PERT practice test.